Magic the Gathering's Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. Top 5 cards for power maximized cubes. Wizards really poured a lot of creative love into this set, and as a player I'm delighted to dive in and follow the Fellowship as they make their way to defeat Sauron and destroy the One Ring. The art of this set really pulls me in. From the majestic high fantasy of Sean Vaux's Minas Tirith to the epic multiple panel pieces from La Via Prima, Marta Nael, David Raposa, Jason Rainville, and Tyler Jacobson. Personally, I think that Katrina Burmax, Frodo Baggins, and Samwise Gamgee won the set. Her depictions evoke the natural and idealized forms from the Italian Renaissance, and I just love the art on these cards. As a cube curator, I'm looking to test a handful of the cards from this set in my power maximized environment. Of note, I've specifically excluded cards with the Ring Tempts You mechanic. This new mechanic increases game complexity by asking players to track both a ring bearer creature as well as an additional The Ring emblem with multiple abilities. While this is a flavor win, this specific mechanic is not for me, so this top 5 list excludes those cards. Number 5. Stern Scolding. 1 mana value counterspells are limited by design. Similar cards include An Offer You Can't Refuse, Force Spike, Spell Pierce, and Minor Misstep, but uniquely, Stern Scolding references power and toughness reminiscent of Cut Down from Dominaria. As R&D continues to push the abilities of creatures, Stern Scolding can provide a clean answer for minimal mana investment. Scolding counters approximately 2/3 of the creatures in a power-maximized Vintage Cube environment, from Ragavan, Lelia, and Kiki-Jiki to Solitude, Grief, and Palace Jailer. This card can even counter a problematic Walking Ballista or Stone Coil Serpent. If you're looking for additional answers to these powerful and problematic creature threats, then give Stern Scolding a try.
Fool of a took! Throw yourself in next time and rid us of your stupidity!
Number 4. Delighted Halfling. A Birds of Paradise variant, Delighted Halfling offers an alternative to generic mana dorks such as Elvish Mystic, Finhorn Elves, and Llanowar Elves. While not able to tap for colored mana normally, this Halfling citizen offers color fixing for legendary spells. Most often, I expect this creature to help cast off-color or multiple-color planeswalkers, as all planeswalkers are legendary. She is perfect to help cast planeswalkers such as Oko Thief of Crowns, Minskin Boo, and Grist the Hunger Tide. Consider replacing an elf in your environment for this happy little hobbit. Number 3. Cast into the Fire. A mix between Shattering Blow and Forked Bolt, Cast into the Fire gives players just enough flexibility to warrant a test in Power Max environments. This instant hits approximately 1/3 of the creatures in Power Maximized Vintage Cube with juicy targets such as Mother of Runes, Dark Confidant, Ragavan Nimble Pilferer, and Rafellos Llanowar Emissary. Plus, it cleanly answers problematic artifacts such as Wormcoil Engine, Cauldron Complete, and Blightsteel Colossus. If you're running a Braid in your cube environment, I recommend giving this card a test. Number 2. Orcish Bowmasters. One of the standout rares in this set, you knew that Orcish Bowmasters was going to make the list. This unassuming 1/1 2-drop with Flash packs a lot of power and value. At worst, you will get a 2 power, 2 toughness that deals 1 damage to any target for 2 mana. However, played in response to an opponent's draw spell like Brainstorm or Ponder, or let's get crazy here, a Wheel of Fortune, Time Twister, or Memory Jar activation, this card will really overperform. On the lower end, playing Orcish Bowmasters in response to a brainstorm will yield a 1/1, a 4/4, and deal 4 points of damage split as you choose among any targets. Pretty good for 2 mana. On the high end, when played in response to a draw 7, Bowmasters will yield a 1/1, an 8/8, and deal 8 points of damage as you choose among any number of targets. That's insane value for 2 mana. Because of the high floor and ceiling for this card, you're happy to play this card on turn 2 as you are in later in the game. That's because Bowmaster's ability is not a one-time effect, but a static ability that will trigger whenever your opponent draws, except for the first card during their draw step. Whether you are cubing with or playing against Orcish Bowmasters, this little 2-drop packs a punch. Number 1. Reprieve. Call this the safe choice, but a white remand is set to be one of the most powerful cards for Cube printed in this set. In my opinion, this card is stronger than Mana Tithe, as it is an unconditional counter and it replaces itself with another card. This clean design will be played in both white aggressive decks that want to get and stay ahead on the board, and control decks looking for a cheap counterspell that also draws a card. I'm happy to play both this and Remand in my personal power maxed environment. That's it for my top 5. Let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these picks, and what cards from Lord of the Rings are you most excited about? Well, anyways, thanks for hanging, thanks for chilling with me here. Don't touch that dial and let's keep cubing.